Without further ado, I would like to invite OP President to give his welcoming speech.
Thank you, OP Ariff. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's sensitive. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning. Salam sejahtera to all OPs present today. Electronics very sensitive to me. Sometimes I can't stay close to any of the laptops. Just kaput. So probably Liew can probably explain why. Okay. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone coming over for this talk and forum program at the OPA. I'd like to especially mention to we noticed that there are a few senior OPs. Our mantan President OP Habib used to mention it too. OP our former auditor, our former treasurer. Take some time to introduce them because they all are the young generation. OP yang tak tahu, OP Muzammil, our one-star general in TDM. Ada yang tanya, media apa dia tak tahu. Okay, and our beloved OP Nordin Manan, is a keen supporter of the rugby for the OPA. I think you all tak ada, especially the young ones, but then those yang dah matured and very much kalau dia main rugby tu, they were once being supported by him financially and full support. Welcome and thank you for the expos for being present in support of this program. Now, this program was brought up by the OP Ariff and the expo. Mainly this talk, especially for the young generations, especially the fresh grads, the existing students of the OPs, or formerly the PPs, and this is just to give some light to what's the opportunity that we have. So we invited our panelists, the three so-called, I don't take due respect to the seniors, we call on the mid-range, the OPs, and also the upcoming OPs who have made it to a certain extent. Hopefully that will give some inspiration, give you some thoughts about what we are, how to get through life after your studies, after graduating. I think, I like to stress that why we call it this particular time of the year or this period, because I think many Malaysians are feeling the heat that there are difficulties of getting jobs. Opportunities are not as much as during my time or even people's time, because now it's getting into a stagnancy situation. I'm not going to talk about the political arena, what's going on, but what we felt, what we are facing is that many OPs have been calling us, asking for advice, asking for opportunities, connection to the OPs, in which we are finding it difficult to get through, because even the present OPs who is established are also facing some difficulties. So we have this forum probably towards the end. You all will be able to have a dialogue with the panelists, and probably you can see some light how to get things through your future. So just to mention a few, I'm sure the Mr. Moderator will be briefing, stealing a bit of his time. But personally, I like to mention that one of our three panelists is first is OP Liew. So my friend is my intake, my batch. I don't know him that well because he's in A block. I mean B block, you know. Yes, you have just arrived from China. Is it? Yeah, he is an established IT consultant, doing in IT business, having office in Japan, China, and a few in South Asia. Probably he will elaborate further. Full color black belt taekwondo, and I like to mention especially thank him for the last Chinese New Year too, because he was the one who fully sponsored the event. So, right. And second speaker is, where is OP Roland? All right, there you are. He's a guy, a very much junior. A few years back, he even came over to my house, seeking for advice for how to go around getting to be an entrepreneur. So a bit of advice, but he brought around 20 models at the time. He was modeling as well to my house and trying to model me out. So I said, I can't. So he was, and I could only see him in the media, social media, of his progress. So I think, I myself would like to hear what happened to the extent that what you have achieved today. And the third speaker is Dr. Hisham. He's an established doctor who has been heard that he has been a very active, what do you call it, social activist, right? With other OPs as well. I can't call all of them, but I want to bring that subject, the fact that it is not just work, it's not just your profession, but it's your contribution to the society. So I like to hear from him as well. I only got to know that it is Dr. Hisham because all the word that's been going around is they were saying, get OP Dr. Allah. So I didn't know who is that. So what's that? Until later I say, that's the right person. Okay, fair enough. So I hope by the end of this session, especially the young generation will be inspired, or they get some knowledge about it, and also from the members of the floor, especially the senior members, probably can also contribute some facts and figures and how things were done, or how to get around with your life. So in view of that, I thank you very much for all of you to be present today. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you very much, President, for that very insightful speech. Okay, so we are going to start the event, the talk. So I can see that the young OPs that are freshly just finished their studies in RMC and just going to start their studies in undergraduate. So are you ready to get inspired? Yes. So I'd like to invite all the panelists to take your seats. OP Lian, tech entrepreneur. OP Muhammad Noor Hilman, fashion entrepreneur. Recently, OP NoorHisyam is coming later as he is now still have some work. So I would like to invite the moderator to take the floor.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Again, on behalf of the OPA, I would like to thank everybody for taking the time out to come on a Saturday morning. I know it's not easy. Pagi tadi pukul 6 berapa masa subuh tu hujan, pertama seronok kita nak tidur. It became even more of a challenge to wake up, you know. Aizat promised me 40 people today. I told him half stand sampai ada cukup 40 orang. Tapi tak apa. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It means a lot to me, I'm sure to the panelists and to the OPA that you're here sharing with us today on this very, very fine, if a bit gloomy morning. We're going to talk a bit about getting inspired, yeah? Particularly for the younger OPs. For the seniors, gentlemen, these are the boys from the class of 2017. Literally budak hingus 3 bulan. 3 bulan. Literally. So treat them with kid gloves, you know. You remember how it was when we were very, very young OPs, how we were welcomed very warmly by the senior OPs, and I hope we will extend them the same kind of courtesy. Okay, guys, these are your seniors. Okay, kita ni bagi welcome juga, tapi korang pun ambil berat, you know, get to know their names. You know, sekali dah nampak, jangan jumpa kat luar orang buat muka sombong. Okay, tegur. It's always a pleasure to be, you know, asked, hello sir, my name is so and so, I'm an OP. It is absolutely a pleasure. It becomes even more so when it's overseas. Lagi seronok, tak percaya tanya OP Liew. Okay, so just to get started on the format of today's forum, we're going to ask each of our speakers to speak for approximately 20 minutes. 20 minit kan boleh salah? Teman? Okay, alright. And it will be their choice whether to speak in English or in Malay, whichever language is comfortable for them. OP Hisham, he has told me he's got some work to do this morning, so but he's still coming. By hook or by crook, dia akan datang. He will not let us down, insyaAllah. And he's looking forward to share this morning with us. Just a brief background on OP Liew. OP Liew Alpha Company, sadly. 77 to 80. OP Liew was born in Johor, and then he spent a lot of time overseas, in fact working for several Japanese companies, Keizai USA and then Matsushita. And currently he's the CEO and chairman of MDT Innovation Sdn Bhd, which is a company that's very much on the forefront of this thing called IoT, Internet of Things. So it is as new as it gets, guys. So if anybody you want to be in Internet of Things, you know, RFID, all of these things that we cannot pronounce, NFC, apa semua ni, this is the gentleman to us. So pay very close attention to what he has to say. OP Hilman, Iram ni, okay, 0205. OP Hilman, he is not a fashionably trained person. No, he is an engineer by training. He's a graduate of Academy Laut Malaysia in marine engineering, and he came from very modest means. Man, kau nak bagi tahu juga, bapak kau kerja apa dulu, man? Okay, look at him now. Okay, how inspired he was, you know, from very modest means. See how far he's taking it. Inspiration nombor 1. Okay, so and he started his business, his love for fashion in 2016. It was very recent. You know. So if you want to see how you can turn around on a bloody dime, you know, from marine engineering to designing shoes, kita dengar kejap lagi macam mana dia buat. Okay. Thirdly, our consultant, I pernah baca dia punya qualification ni. Dr. Hisham is an otorhinolaryngologist. Ambil kau. Also known as a head and neck surgeon. He's a consultant ENT surgeon. He is a social activist. Of course, what he does as a doctor is already very, very impressive. But what he has done in terms of helping people out, he is an inspiration to me, for sure. I got to know him when we were doing medical services for TV Soup Kitchen. Every Monday he was there. Every Monday night he'll be there at Medan Tuanku giving free medical services to homeless people. That's how I got to know him. And then I was told, you know, dia pergi Sabah, dia pergi Pakistan, dia pergi Cambodia, tempat. So he's also going to be a very interesting speaker to watch and learn from. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn the floor over to OP Liew to start. Sir.
Is the video ready? Good morning, gentlemen. Okay, today I'm not going to talk a lot about the industry, but what I want to share is just personal experience from a Buddha boy. Do they still use Buddha boy?
Yes.
Oh, they still use Buddha boy. We were Buddha boys, so they are still Buddha boys. Okay, from a Buddha boy to what I am today. So we want to share with you the whole process, how it happened. Okay, I was born in Setamat, Johor, then moved to Lian, staying in a sawmill factory with about 30 homes. Sebelah tu ada rancangan Sungai Kelama. You know those felda. Masa dulu government ada felda government mix around with all the Malay boys and cakap menangkap berapo, you know, all kinds of things. And then when Form 3 comes, I was the top student in STAR. There's a STAR in Gemas, do you know that? Bukan saja dekat Ipoh tau. Ada STAR, Sekolah Tuan Gua Abdul Rahman. Yeah, Gemas. After that, I was admitted to RMC, Form 4 sampai Form 6. And then my life changed. From a gangster boy, aku ramai dengan orang, fighting, always fighting. Naik bas, nak pergi sekolah, then fighting. And then tengok kat senang, fighting. Always fighting. I was a gangster, head of gangster, macam group leader, small group leader. Masa aku ada right tak? Okay lah, one of the ragger who wrecks all the boys. Aku bukan target, no manhandling kan. All wrecks semua. Yang tu dah good ragger tau. After masuk RMC, my whole life changed. I hope it's the same thing happening to you. And I think a little bit about my company. You see what this company has achieved over a short period of time. Hopefully you will be inspired. And so if I play that, can the video show here? Okay. Oh, okay. We look at short video. We do embedded engineering. Embedded engineering is you write software, firmware into the IC chips, and you make these modules. These are modules. It can be IoT gateway modules. It can be sensors to do Internet of Things, and it's part of the smart city. This is smart city program. Wireless communications, sensors. We do Industry 4.0. I think it is a keyword for the industry right now. M2M, HCAL. We do retails, monitoring temperature of the food, monitoring the movement of the trolley, monitoring the movement of the shopkeepers. We do big data analytics, analyze the behavior. We do things like this. These are very, very complicated. It looks very simple. This is RFID reader. And we do enablement of, we design more than 32 platforms. This is actually an antenna. What you see at the back is an antenna. Those are some of the awards that we have won. Our slogan is, we innovate, you stay ahead. We are one of the most decorated companies in Malaysia. We have won Red Herring Global 100, which I will elaborate. We have won Deloitte fastest growing company. We have won WITSA ASEAN IT Awards. Okay, then we will go to the slides. So that's a very short introduction of my company. And now we would like to go through MPT Innovations. You may not have heard of it because we are a very low profile company. But we are the number 4 IoT company in the region, ranking behind. Pay close attention. Number 1 ranking was Microsoft. Number 2 was IBM. Number 3 is Google. Number 4 is NVIDIA. Number 5 is Cisco. We look at the top 5. All the other 4 are giants, MNCs. We are selected. One small company in Malaysia ranked among the top 5. And in the most recent publication of CIO Outlook, top 25 IoT company in Asia Pacific, including Japan, we were ranked number 1. And we have a chance to, maybe I can send it to Bahar, this the magazine. I'm the cover page story of the magazine of February 28 CIO Outlook. Cover page. So this slide was made by someone else, so you have to appeal me. Okay, just a small history about myself. Actually, I was the entrepreneur of the year for Ernst & Young. For those of you who know the Big Four, Ernst & Young award is probably the most prestigious award of all the awards that I have been given. This is one of the most prestigious one in 2015. And here, no company from Malaysia has ever won a Red Herring Global Company. Red Herring is a publication, is an organization in the United States. They will choose the Red Herring Asia 100, Red Herring Europe 100, and Red Herring America 100. And all these companies will go to America, and the judges will ask, Malaysia where? They will be interviewing, screwing you up, and then you'll be kicked out. But we won the Red Herring Global in 2008. Red Herring Global 2008 Asian company. And when my CEO called me, sir, we won. So what? He said the past winners are. Now you know how prestigious this award is. The past winners were, the oldest one was Qualcomm, eBay, Yahoo, and the most recent one that year, 1 year before we won, was Google. Those were the companies who there was Red Herring Global before. Red Herring Global is only for private company. We are private company. Those companies that I mentioned earlier, they were private companies before they became public. So we have a Malaysian company winning Red Herring Global 100, top 100 private company in the world. That was in 2008. Nobody knows. Betul tak? Bahar pun tak tahu. Apa ni Liew dekat mana pun tak tahu kan? Okay. And then in 2011, Deloitte, fastest growing Asia Pacific company. My company grew from $1 million to 16 million to 27 million. Our compounded annual growth rate was $1 million in US dollars, yeah. So 27 is already 100. These other smaller awards, these are the Malaysian ICT Award, and also international. You have won the Prime Minister. The Apita yang sebelah kanan tu is award given to best of R&D, best of security, best of communication. Ada macam-macam, 13 category, and then they will choose best among the best. It's called the Best of the Best Award. In 2007, we were awarded the Best of the Best Prime Minister Award. That time our Prime Minister was Pala, so I received the award from him. And in 2003, we won again. No company has ever won the Best of the Best Prime Minister Award twice. That's also another history. As a pioneer in RFID and IoT technology systems and applications in the region, our vision is to become the top IoT solution provider in Asia and among the top 5 in the world. So that's my inspiration. I have some of my colleagues with me, Razai, Faizo, and some other OPs. We have many OPs in my company recently joining me. We formed a subsidiary called Beta Innovation. We are from Beta Class. So there's a booming company called Beta Innovasi. Currently we formed this to build OP. Siapa yang nak masuk? Whoever wants to join us, kalau nak pension nak masuk so mainly G77 lah buat sementara ni. Nanti General Ong dia nak masuk juga. Okay, so we have a vision. We want to be top 5 in the world. We have achieved number 1 in Asia recently. Hopefully we can truly achieve our goal. Yeah? And what do we do? Okay, in the transportation sector, what is IoT? IoT is Internet of Things. Things is objects, human being, pets, dogs, equipment, anything connected to RFID, connected with sensors. The data can be analyzed real time, like we are here. Faisal's phone ring. Equipment in operation room B was moved. Dekat hospital NCI. National Institute. Ini not supposed to move. Video captured, sent to you. You are the person in charge, or you are the manager in charge. You know real time what is happening to your every single asset in your facilities. So that's the kind of things that we do. It's called Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is actually the hottest technology currently. Robotics, AI, dan sebelum tu biotech lah. Over the last 3 years, Internet of Things is the hottest technology. So if you are looking into a career, you should move into this industry 4.0. A lot of robotics, a lot of automation, a lot of intelligent use of sensors. Sensors macam kita dalam bilik ni. We put one, my company makes smart building solution. Letak satu IoT gateway dekat bilik Saleh. The whole building, sana sejuk lah, kenapa you on aircon? Padamkan. So that kind of smart building solution is just control using a sensor, and then on your monitor you can see real time what is happening. This one the tank tu pressure terlalu tinggi lah, mungkin whatever can burst, the tank can burst. So real time you can know. So we do people tracking, movement of students in and out of school. Yang you do sebelah tu school track, people tracking. We did 100,000 schools in China since 2007 until last year, 10 tahun. We have done 100,000 schools. 100,000 schools is a lot kan? Wrong. In China, berapa sekolah ada di China? Negeri China? 5 million schools. So we have 4.9 million schools to go. Buat sampai aku rambut putih belum. So that is the kind of market opportunity that we have in China. So that's for people tracking. We do the employee tracking. Employee pakai badge tu, he's on 7th floor, tapi every day pukul 3 dia pergi tingkat 2. Tingkat 2 ada apa? Bukan, ada makhluk. So, or this employee dia duduk dekat tempat dia 7 jam, 5 jam dia tak gerak. Nanti pensan, maybe heart attack. So that kind of employee tracking system. But actually it's not only for accidents, it's meant for knowing where your staff is. As a boss, aku nak panggil staff A, dekat mana sekarang? Oh dia ada tinggal 3. Immediately you can monitor. Yang hisap rokok tu keluar 5 kali dalam 1 jam tu, you also know this guy. Oh, this is a very good guy.
Wife, turkey, husband.
Yang itu we don't actually, the privacy is a very big issue in RFID and IoT. Infringement of privacy. In America, they have this kind of like Gillette, dia nak buat a lot of opposition, a lot of people opposing to the implementation of the systems. But recently, all government, MINDEF, MOH, Prime Minister Department, they implement. Ramai dah pakai RFID. Now we use RFID seamlessly, without us realizing it. It's being used. So those are the applications: healthcare, manufacturing, lifestyle, retail, fresh produce. The food, we do this in Australia. We do a temperature sensor with the delicatessen sandwiches. In Australia, do you know that the manager has to record the freshness of the food? Every 1 hour dia tulis dekat dia punya logbook the temperature. So we put one sensor and one many sensor and one gateway. they can detect the whole shops. The manager doesn't have to go and check. And then if the temperature deviates more than 2 degrees, too lower or too higher, then the food is considered not fresh. The food has to be thrown away. So this kind of fresh produce tracking system, we did that. We have patented this MDT food temperature guide. Yeah? Okay. Getting into more of RFID products and solutions. These are 9 flagship applications. Flagship application bermakna my company rely a lot on this. Let's say smart book, the Gillette near you pick up 1 item, 2 item, 3 item, habis dah 9 tinggal 1. It's time for the store manager to replenish. Okay, or there's a piece of let's say we do the RFID punya tag. Dia punya tag macam just satu benang saja, just like the string. This is a string, but it's an RFID. We tie to the glasses. Glass this one pick up sekali, 2 kali, 5 kali, 50 kali. It was pick up. The design is very nice, kan? Tapi the sale was not done. Bermakna maybe the price was too expensive. Another piece of goods was hanging there. Dah 3 bulan, no movement. Nobody touches this. Bermakna this piece of merchandise does not belong to the shelf because it's not popular at all. So we do this one yang smart hook tu. Yang kedua tu industry 4.0, we are doing this free scale. Dulu ada Motorola kan. It's all semiconductor facilities. We do industry 4.0. The semiconductor has 6,000 metrics. Dia punya MOSFET ke, dia automotive ASIC ke, MCU ke, all kinds of semiconductor. 0.35 micron, 0.12 micron, 90 nano micron. So all these things has to go through the process. We baca all the data sent to the signal to the server. We do this for them. It's an extremely difficult job. They have done with German technology and some China. They failed. Then our engineers sit down with them, do 3 months proof of concept, POC. Lepas tu berjaya. Since 2013 December sampai sekarang, the system is still working. So that's industry 4.0. We are currently doing with Infineon. We are currently doing with Intel, Osram, some Penang semiconductor companies, and we are pursuing Flextronics, Inari, all the big names that you know in the industry. Top Glove, doing something on that. Okay, yang Linotech tu is one of the biggest innovation of our company. We have invented this benang tau. Kita pakai benang sebagai antena. Biasanya antena is a copper or aluminum or silver, but we use benang. It's a conductive fabrics from Japan. And the green button that you can see there is actually an IC chip hidden in a green button. And it can withstand temperature up to 220 degrees and withstand washing for 200 cycles, dry cleaning, ironing, 200 cycles. So this is one of the greatest innovation that we have accomplished. Over the years, we have filed a total of 38 IP. My company is very small. We have only 38 orang saja. Until last year, we only have about 22 orang kan. Yeah. So it's a very small company, but we have accumulated 38 IPs. These are some of the applications, each of which helps us generate more than 51 million. Each one of them helps us generate more than $4 million a year. US dollars. So our turnover is 228 million ringgit last year. Each one of these applications, I think we will not elaborate on this because of the time constraint. Tapi kalau ada masa you nak tahu, we can send you information by email or we can discuss the panel discussion. And you tengok kita punya client, these are local clients. Mimo, Sirims, Mega Steel, YTL, Genting pun ada tau, the asset management. Very expensive equipment in the arena of stars. Satu mikrofon dia 12,000 those star yang pakai tu. So National Archive, Tun Mahathir Memorial, Tun Hussein On dengan Tun Razak. Yang dua lagi pala dengan satu lagi belum lagi. Tun Abdurrahman belum. So we are doing the National Archives yang all the assets in the building. The MIMOS kita buat, MIMOS is the national research facilities. The movement of visitors dia kata dia nak jumpa A, tapi dia pergi jumpa B, ni immediately you will be detected. You went to the wrong zone. You nak pergi R&D, you jangan pergi sales atau pergi. So the movement of the visitor is tracked. Kita pernah buat dekat MINDEF tu, vehicle information is a power fleet dekat Corhims tu. Kita ada buat satu projek sejak 2002 kan. 2002, we have done that. Freescale, Coles, these are some of our clients. Actually, our biggest clients is China Telecom in China. Sini tak masuk kan? And yeah, this is the one. As one of the top 25 IoT solutions providers, 2008 February special edition. And yeah, we were featured as the cover story. And I felt quite proud of this because among all the 25 companies, they have chosen us to be the cover story. Those small words, even I cannot read, but it means, what it means is IoT will enable you to connect whatever you want, whichever way you want. It's a use of wireless technology, wireless sensors, and a gateway. The gateway is smaller than this booklet, half the size of this booklet. It's just one gateway. Put in your building, you can detect the movement, you can find out real time. Actually, we have also vehicle C2I kan, command and control and information. Yang dekat MAHP tu, dia punya kereta sekat dekat mana, dia ponting, dia berhenti setengah jam dekat sana. So you can, the CEO and the manager can know exactly where the vehicle is. This was the write-up about this top 25 company. So I personally thought that it was quite an honor to be featured in this prestigious magazine. So thank you for listening to this company presentation. Ada masa lagi? Ada masa? Okay. So how do I achieve this level? I was just like him. We were ordinary people. Our success is not as successful as many other OPs who are much more successful. But I want to share with you is this: use your connection. After lepas graduate, actually I went to the United States with a MINDEF scholarship. After graduated, I joined a Japanese company, Fuji Keizai in New York. Very quickly, I was promoted as Vice President of Marketing worldwide, and I travel a lot. Sebenarnya, actually, I speak many different languages. I speak 7 different languages and 5 dialects, including Spanish, Japanese, and other languages. But connection is very important. Build the connections with us, with your seniors, with your among your peers. And then, actually, I went to Taiwan empty-handed. And I listened to it, they speak macam Hokkien, dia orang cakap macam Hokkien. Actually, it's Taiwanese. It's very similar to Hokkien. 2 months later, I can speak Taiwanese. Hey, whatever. And then I become a Taiwanese. So they thought I was a Taiwanese. And then build up the relationship. When I'm from Panasonic, I need this component. Can you supply this? You interview 5 people. You learn from the first person 10%. He's an expert in selling the products, right? You learn from the product. You use his question to ask the second one. And then by the 5th time, you're already expert. I did this when I was very young. You try to remember what they say. Always listen first. Jangan cakap banyak tau. Listen to them first. After that, okay, aku dah faham. Then you apply. Then so build relationships. And entrepreneurship, I don't think so. You want to be an entrepreneur. Just be yourself. Like you have not reached the stage, but once you have reached our stages, try to give back. The more you give, Aku tak tahu this is true or not. The more you give, the more you get. It has happened to me all the time. Bagi saja, bagi. Tak kisah. Oh, OP, okay. So this is, I don't care. Lepas tu, rezeki balik. So it happens to me all the time. I don't know if it's God given or whatsoever, but try to give. Even the smallest thing that you can give. Share with your friends. Don't keep it to yourself. Yeah. Itu yang kedua lah. Okay. And the most important thing is what you want to do. Kan? In your heart will never happen. Aku dulu nak jadi doktor. Aku lower 6 biomass, upper 6 biomass nak jadi doktor. Lepas tu RMC keluar, apply MU, reject. Apply USM, reject. Apply apa tu? Universiti Pertanian, reject. See? Can you imagine? Because I applied for medical. Sebagai Cina, those days, okay, is there are quotas. There are many people who got all straight A's. Aku dapat 4A, 1C, apa? Tak qualify. So lepas tu duduk sana Captain Paragon, ada scholarship tak nama. So I applied scholarship and was chosen the MINDEF scholarship. I went to the United States. So the whole life changed. I wanted to be a doctor now and ended up as a businessman. So don't think your inspiration, just do what you do best. But it may take you 2-3 years to find out what you can do best. Like him, he finally found that this is his profession. Dulu nak buat engineering, mana ada engineer? So listen to your mind. Listen to your mind. That's what I want to say. Yeah. So it's a very brief thing, but just to tell you that an ordinary person can achieve this kind of this level of success with the help of OPs. A lot of OPs helping me, and with the help of actually from government. Our government has helped us in establishing a ICT company in the region. The organization called MDEC, MDEC. MDEC is helping us a lot. MIDA is helping us. Martrade also help us. So actually, some government agencies are quite useful. Yeah. And the connection between OP is extremely important. You go to the OP senior, definitely he will help you. Definitely he will help you. Likewise kan, kita jumpa yang kita punya senior kan, sure they help. So don't be shy, open up. Yeah. With that I conclude my brief presentation. Kalau ada soalan kita can leave it up to the
that you said, kan, for you to have accomplished all of that and still be with us this morning, I salute you, sir. I tabik, sir. I think it's very important, to show our youngsters, our young OPs, how daripada gangster boy. Your words, sir, bukan saya cakap, sir. Gangster. So you can channel your aggression, you can channel whatever your street smarts into doing something useful. Kadang-kadang kita ni macam Liw kata, you're trying to look for your path, and it is a very weird thing. It comes to you in ways and means that you never expect lah. Okay, and with that I invite OP. Oh, before that, our good friend Dr. NoorHisyam is already here. Sir, I invite you to take your place up front, sir. Tak apa, sir, dia dah kasih excuse tadi, ada attend B. Okay. So I think if you all can keep your questions to the end, we will have a dialogue session later. Let's have all our 3 panelists habis dulu. So I hand over to OP Hilman and his inspirational story. Over to you, sir.
Hello. Assalamualaikum. Salam sejahtera to all the OPs, especially young OP and senior OPs. I think I dengan Sir Liew, we have something common. Both of us want to be a doctor. Okay. Always want to be a doctor. I nak jadi doktor sebenarnya, sir. Okay. Let me start from during RMC time, masa I nak ambil result. A day before I nak ambil result, it's a tomorrow day. Malam tu I tak boleh tidur tau. Sebab I nak tahu kenapa result I. memang nervous. Dan masa tu I naik bus daripada Terengganu nak pergi ambil result tomorrow morning. Dalam tu tak apa, kau akan jadi doktor, don't worry. Okay, kau akan jadi doktor. So sebelum sampai the whole night tu, I tidur mimpi nak jadi doktor. Dan sampai RMC tomorrow morning, nervous ni, I dapat result. Ini result bukan nak jadi doktor. Even bomoh pun tak lepas result ni. So macam mana pening ni. Dah lah result ISPM pun cukup makan. Hutang Maggi new boy lagi clean. Hutang Maggi banyak juga nak kena bayar kan. So dia fikir balik, it's okay. I memang tak pilih IPM masa tu. Sebab I ni macam opinion gangster. Kita orang rebel sikit, rebel punya orang. So bila pergi balik, I apply Akademi Law Malaysia. Siapa tahu Akademi Law Malaysia? Masa tu dia promise ni 10,000 lepas habis study. Then I rasa it's quite good amount for my salary, 10,000 kan. I tak tahu lagi kehidupan lepas tu. Like 6 years, you kena 6 months, you kena spend on board. 3 months you balik, kadang-kadang 7-8 months. Then lepas tu because I came from very poor family, my father was a security guard yang jaga apartment dekat Terengganu. My mom dia ada major stroke patient. Dia ada stroke. Jadi dia lah tak lagi jadi doktor, lain lah masa tu. Tapi tak ada rezeki. So we quite struggle. I ada 4 adik-beradik. Dan my father gaji pun dalam 800 bulan. Jadi pilih jalan selamat. So I pilih alam lah. Because masa tu I dapat scholarship from American Technical in engineering punya course. So tak apa, it's okay. I start survive masa umur 19. The first day tu I kena pergi US to pursue my practical dekat sana for 1 year. Then nak pakai quite amount of money lah masa tu. Masa tu dalam 4,000 lah for me, 4-5,000 very big during that time. I memang tak ada duit masa tu. Then during semester tu I kerja dekat, semester break I kerja dekat kedai makanan. You know Terengganu berapa gaji satu hari? Like RM20. Start kerja pukul 1 tengah hari, habis pukul 3 pagi. And tomorrow morning kalau ada boleh buat part time. Ada orang datang nak buat breakfast ke apa pagi, I'm the first one volunteer pergi for another extra RM20. So gaji saya tu akan ada RM40 lah. Tapi saya kena kerja from 8 morning up to 3 to 4 AM. Saya kena kerja first day lah, RM40. Tapi maksud saya rasa besar sangat, no problem. I kerja for 2 months. Lepas tolak, I boleh kumpul dalam RM1,200. Mana nak cari ni? Itu lagi duit ni kan. Lepas tu I fikir-fikir, I went to Maidam masa tu. Maidam is macam pusat zakat di Terengganu. I dapat like another 1,000 pergi. Then I went to Adun, Kuala Nerus. Then I get another 1,000. So adalah 3,000 lebih masa tu kan. So enough for me untuk travel ke US untuk survive for my practical punya session masa tu. Then after come back, I tak kerja sebagai engineer. Even I ada COC, Certificate of Competency from Marine Engineering, I tak kerja. I balik sebab mak I sakit lagi. I kena jaga dia for 1 year. Jadi adik-beradik I yang lain, my brothers OP juga, OP Apai. Dia masa tu PLDM. Kakak I lecturer. Dan masing-masing tak boleh ambil cuti. So I'm the one lah yang duduk rumah jaga mak I. Tapi masa tu alhamdulillah ada rezeki. Masa tu umur I 21. I become a unit manager for an insurance. I kerja for 1 year for sales and marketing punya teams. I jaga I kerja for 8 AM to 5 PM every morning. Then malam I mengajar tuition. Even my result SPM pun tak bagus, tapi dekat kadang ni boleh ajar tuition, no worry. So after that umur 23, mak I dah okey sikit, tak boleh jalan, cuma separuh badan je. Mak I cakap, dia panggil I muda. Kata muda, it's okay. Sekarang kau boleh pergi KL. Mak tahu jiwa kau liar. Dia kata, kau pergi KL, kau boleh pergi kerja kat KL. So I datang KL. The first job I ambil adalah sebagai real estate negotiator. Right, masa tu I jadi real estate negotiator. Alhamdulillah, dari situ I ada clients. 8 bulan I kerja tau, kumpul duit sikit, ada modal. Then my first company when I was 23 years old, Hilman Deco Concept Seni Yang Berhad, my interior design company. I buka pada umur 23 tahun. Masa tu memang survive. Even job RM5,000 pun I ambil, tukar tali jambat pun I ambil kalau boleh during that time. Dengan I survive for almost half a year. Buat tak jadi. Tak pandai masa tu business. Masa tu adalah OPs yang tolong. Alhamdulillah. Masa umur 25 I dah start masuk besar sikit. I buat stesen minyak share, interior design untuk stesen minyak for Peninsula punya area. Alhamdulillah, one of the bumi contractor yang dapat untuk buat stesen minyak share daripada vendor. After that, sebabkan GST, I tak sempat, I tak ada plan nak plan B masa tu, nak exit nak deal with GST punya issue. Tak biasa, kan dia drop terburu-buru. So masa tu dah kuat stable, jatuh menjunam sebab my project banyak yang outstation. Sebab tak ada share lah yang buka dekat KL dengan Selangor. So there will be a logistic, accommodation for workers semua. Jadi I kena banyak jugalah dengan price semua naik. Then we can cope dengan cost. Untung pun tak banyak-banyak. So I still decide, my partner pun meninggal mengejut umur 32. Jadi dia kira tulang belakang my company lah. Sebab I tak ada idea pun pasal IT, aku dah engineering. Kalau saya lukis rumah pun memang tak jadi. So I tutup Hilman Deco Concept. Masa tu ada duit sikit lagi. I tutup Hilman Deco Concept masa tu 2015. Masa tu kalau you all ingat, vape industry meletup masa tu. It's quite good. Lepas tu I buat vape. I buat my own liquid. I brew my own lab untuk brew my own vape. I buat. I spend about RM200,000. I spent about RM200,000. My first day, masa I launch my product, KKM serbu all the vape shop. Masa tu boleh tengok muka new boy kena tahan dengan form 5. I spent $200,000 first day I launch. Dah kena serbu dengan KM. All my clients, big clients yang order 5,000 bottles, 3,000 kata Hilman, sorry, kita tak boleh ambil. Dia kata macam mana aku nak buat, aku 20,000 botol, kan aku nak hisap seorang-seorang. Tak boleh jadi ni kan. So kat situ I dah jatuh lagi. Second mistake I buat. Lepas tu I ada last RM30,000 2016. Ini RM30,000 last tweet I ada. Kalau I buat apa tak jadi dengan RM30,000 ni, I balik kerja kedai makan dekat Terengganu. Yang hari tu lepas SPM I buat tu. So RM30,000 I kata, alamak macam mana nak buat. But I always into fashion. Because a couple years back I must spend time as a model kan. I buat modeling. So memang I minat fashion lah. Bila fikir fashion, kalau I nak buat baju, nobody will recognize me. Sebab apa? Hilman, siapa Hilman buat baju? Kalau I buat seluar, siapa Hilman? Aku nak beli seluar dia. So masa tu I fikir I must come up with something different, which is yang ada unique selling proposition yang orang akan ingat, because people always spot the difference. Jadi bila fikir balik, apa aku nak buat? Apa yang dekat Malaysia ni tak ramai orang nak buat? Sebab orang takut dia rasa benda tu besar. So I kata, that's the time I pilih kasut. Tapi nak buat kasut modal RM30,000. I siap buat proposal tak? I buat proposal, projection for 1 to 5 years. And I brought all these proposal to a few prospect investor. Kata, man tak boleh jadi ni, tak ada siapa nak beli ni kalau buat macam ni, tak ada siapa nak beli. So during that time nobody believe in me. Tak ada orang nak percaya yang apa yang nak buat tu. Dia berdori sebab aku tak percaya apa yang buat masa tu. Aku tak lagi online. Sebab ini kali ketiga tau. Kalau I jatuh, maknanya I jatuh lah. So I fikir balik, dia kata, okay, jangan terburu-buru, I buat homework for 1 year. This must be something, I kena belajar business, bukan senang-senang nak masuk. Daripada interior design, nak jump to service, you nak jump to product, is two different things. Yang you tak boleh sombong, you must understand your market. So I buat R&D for 1 year. I pergi duduk kedai kasut, pergi tengok berapa orang datang satu hari. I pergi kedai, because the only competitor I ada masa tu Giraffe brand. I pergi kedai Giraffe, I kira berapa orang beli kasut. I tanya staff dia, hari apa paling ramai orang beli, design macam mana, apa semua. So after 1 year tu, I dah dapat dah data-data yang I perlu, and what is my target market, brand positioning macam mana I nak buat. End of 2016, betul, okay, that's it. I budak RMC, jadi I tahu yang Aska ni, dia ada kasut number 3 tau. Kasut potong number 3. And Aska, Captain banyak duit tau, 4,000. Gaji RM4,000 tau Captain. Kata ni, aku kena ambil sikit ni, kalau kena RM4,000. Jadi masa tu duit ada RM30,000 je, tak banyak. I boleh come up with one design saja. So dengan RM30,000 tu, I buat design kasut number 3, 3 size, sample. Tapi elevated. Ini elevated shoes. Kalau you all pernah follow my Facebook, elevated shoes ni kasut yang dia nampak it's like normal shoes, bila you pakai become 7cm higher. Tapi unnoticeable, orang tak nampak pun tu kasut tinggi. Yang mana yang kurang ketinggian, elok pakai kasut tu. You may refer to Dr. Shah. So during that time, I ada 3 sampel. Apa yang I buat? I bawa sampel ni, I pergi jumpa seorang pegawai tentera tau. I goreng, tak nak RMC, form 5 goreng macam mana. Zaman aku jumpa, so I bawa bakat tu, pergi goreng dengan pegawai tentera ni. So I kata ni kasut, dia pakai, bagi dia test, I ada 3 size masa tu. Size 7, 8 dengan 10, I bagi dia pakai. Dia kata, weh, nice, very nice, handmade. Mana tak nice. I bagi dia pakai. Dia kata, okay, kalau tuan nak, boleh, tapi pre-order, you have to wait for 2 months. Boleh. Dia kata, okay, I bayar, tapi kena bayar dulu. I cakap, okay, bayar dia. So I pergi collect, I dapat 200 order. Kebetulan pegawai polis, pegawai bomber, pegawai tentera, custom pakai kasut design yang sama. So I punya target market dah jadi luas tau. I pergi, okay, alhamdulillah, I managed to get 200 pairs order within 1 month. Tuhan betul-betul nak tolong. So dengan 200 pasang tu, I order, I buat. Atau I deliver to my clients. All my clients ni, I ambil gambar dengan access testimonial. I ambil gambar, seorang-seorang ambil gambar semua. Then I went to distribution punya channel. I pergi koperasi, kedai-kedai tentera. I tunjuk gambar tu. I cakap, this is my previous client that I'm really happy with my shoes. Would you like to become a distributor? Cakap, okay, berapa margin? Saya cakap lah, satu kasut RM100 tak boleh bagi margin kat you, tapi minimum order within 100 pairs. Lepas dia cakap, okay, no problem. So second order, I berjaya dapatkan 1,500 pasang kasut. Alhamdulillah, Tuhan tolong. 1,500 pasang. From that time, I expand my business. Daripada satu pasang design kasut number 3, I sudah ada lebih kurang, sekali I ada 12 design kasut for the commercial punya market. So that's how I started, from nothing, from zero. Daripada orang tak percaya, sampai kan my company now we have investor. One of investor is Datuk Yang Mulia Datuk Tengku Yusof. Is a Dayang Enterprise Holding Berhad punya director. That's my business partner sekarang. So daripada tu, I kena faham konsep dia. Fashion, you kena involve. You tak boleh duduk dekat tapak yang lama. You kena become number 1. Not in Malaysia, but number 1 in the world. Jadi apa I buat? Recently, kalau you tengok yang viral from my Facebook, I invent satu tactical boots with Kevlar, fully covered. First in the world, tactical boots yang covered by Kevlar. Boleh buka? Tak boleh. Facebook. Okay. I buat the first tactical boots covered by Kevlar, first in the world, and saya berjaya put my product on Kickstarter. Siapa tahu Kickstarter global? I'm the first Malaysian on Kickstarter global, alhamdulillah. Buka dekat my personal Facebook ada video. Sebab I tak tahu today will be a presentation, jadi I ingat it's a sharing punya session. So you nampak kenapa dulu I add model, so I boleh nampak yang ada kakak tolong add cepat-cepat. Itu my sister. Jangan bawa lagi. Bawa lagi. Ada satu video. Boleh bawa sikit. Itu jangan, itu pelaris itu gambar-gambar tu. Bawa lagi sikit.
Banyak tak tu?
Banyak juga.
Full screen kamu?
Okay, this is my latest invention yang I buat.
Introducing the new and revolutionized pair of tactical boot. A pair of boot that fits for all terrain. It is suitable for extreme use or just daily fashionable footwear. Our project focuses on building the most toughest, the most functional and feel-good boots there is in the market.
Hi Kickstarter, my name is Hilman. I'm a shoe designer and also founder of Hilman Authentic. Hiking on rough terrain has been my favorite pastime. Over the years, I have spent thousands of dollars to get that perfect pair of boots that suit all terrain. I believe many boot lovers out there face the same problem as I do. The boot is too tight, especially at the toe. It's not breathable enough and make it too hot to wear during summer or hot season. The sole breaks after a few months, uncomfortable in long duration wear. Heavy and less bulk easily, especially during extreme terrain.
We build our boots using Kevlar fabric. It is known as one of the strongest and lightest material there is. Sorry, it is not bulletproof, but it is penetration and cut resistant. It provides optimal safety solution for our users. Addition to our boot, we input the latest breathable and waterproof technology into our shoe. The mesh uses waterproof material that prevents water breach into the shoe. On the heel side of the insert, we place an anti-shock system to prevent strain to our knees and joints. We come up with two designs to choose from. Our first design uses safety lock system lace. One of its great features, it allows each individual to get customizable glove-like fit. The dial system is an easy as turnover dial. The lace are aircraft grade stainless steel coated in nylon for added protection. Cable is stretch free, and once the dial turns, just lock it by pushing the dial down and it is set at perfect fit. Our second design uses genuine YKK waterproof zip technology, optimal to keep water from getting inside, and it is hassle-free boots. As for the inserts, we use antimicrobial technology. This helps prevent unwanted odor to our wearer. They also uses high-tech slip resistant. It is to prevent wearer from slipping, especially on wet terrain. The boot is lightweight compared to average tactical boot.
We need you to make our dream come true. Our production will start once we reach our target. I have everything lined up. The design has been finalized. I have the agreement with the manufacturer to start producing the boot. All of the material required to produce the boot is ready in stock. All that is missing is the fund to place my first order. Revolutionized tactical boots for all terrain will come into reality once we reach our pledge. Thank you. Please join our campaign to revolutionize the boot industries.
So yang tepuk tu untuk model perempuan. Saya tahu. So, ramai tengok yang model perempuan tu kan. So that's our latest punya product yang ada in the market. InsyaAllah ada yang pada minta kat sini. Tadi dengar ada general. Nanti boleh kita minum kat luar tu. Okay, I think that's all. Saya pun ada buat safety shoes for oil and gas. Sama design macam Red Wings, tahu siapa tu Red Wings? So we have one. Hari ni sampai kita deliver to Lian Enterprise Holding Berhad, our first client. So tactical boots pun kita ada buat untuk securities company. Siapa ada security company tu boleh give me a call lah, for good price. Then I ada design sport shoes for RMC. InsyaAllah bulan 6 ni RMC pakai Hilman Authentic punya sport shoes. Sekarang RMC pun dah pakai my.
I was told to talk about social activists. Actually, I'm a how to say, salah tu actually. I'm a actively social guy actually. so the officer call me, Dok, luangkan masa sikit cakap sikit okay, agama kena paksa lagi, kena fitting. So disclaimer okay, this is me. I'm basically Dr. Alert. Same batch dengan Yusma, 1 year ago OP. That's my batch with them.
Company.
87. I was in 87. We were the 8th Form 1 intake, so we call up my batch R8 priority. Okay, next, that's my job. So that's my batch, my batchmate. Semua yang ni 40 lebih. Now we are 44. That's my batch, one of my batchmate juga. Pergi naik basikal jauh minggu. Okay. So all work and no play makes Doc a dull boy. Doc adalah dull boy. So kita kerja juga macam ni, but we have to have time for yourself, kan? So over the weekend do something lah, don't just go sampai bila. Okay, disclaimer. I'm standing here kena ketik by OP Saleh paksa. I'm not promoting anybody, I'm not promoting any product or organisation. My hospital tidak nothing at all. I'm just as an OP, I'm promoting OP lah, of course kan. Okay, absolutely nothing at all. No, from my pictures data ni, absolutely no financial gain at all. Okay. So why? So who can be a social activist? Anybody boleh, okay? What is social activist? Kita tahu, I pergi Google, nothing, semua macam-macam alamak. So I don't just goreng myself, It's charity work, you're doing your own job outside of your professional job scope, outside of your time, outside of your professional job, after kemampuan you, di luar masa tu, you buat sendiri tolong orang. I think that's what we call charity work, It's your own time, your own money, your own interest. Okay? There's something dodgy about this. You want to give back to society, okay? My best friend OP Tan Pausan is C-Company 53, I think. C-Company, betul. So dia pun cakap, okay, Doc, when you're young and full of energy, you want to give back, but you don't have money. Terus cakap Stella, when you're old and have money, you don't have the time and you don't have the energy to give back. So this is the dilemma for anybody who wants to give back to society. To find the balance between helping yourself and helping other people. Because before you want to help other people, outside of your job scope, or after office hours, after your own time, you must be comfortable yourself dulu sebelum nak tolong orang lain. Betul tak? Okay, nice. Okay. So why do charity work? Kenapa nak buat? Kenapa kita tak jual things and make more money ke apa ke in your free time? Oh, sama akhirat. Thank you very much. Because there's always somebody out there who needs help. Okay, the world is not perfect. The government is not perfect. The system is not. There is someone to teach you. Kita semua lucky. We went to RMC. Recently, there's one guy, other people, orang asli, something like that. Sports, so many A's. no money and also come to RMC. Some of you guys, I think yang baru SPM ni, ada baca mana? Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, English speaker. Lepas tu ada sama yang satu budak Tawau, he went back home, no money to come back to get the result and all that, and then his batchmate go back in, put it again to fly him back. See, kita even though kita berada macam OP Liew, he said when he was in RFC, he had so many difficulties, ada kota lah, walaupun kita kondisi sama, tak sama, ada yang less fortunate than us. Okay, because we can, because it's rewarding. I don't know reward macam mana lah, okay, but I don't know, it's just a feeling of reward. And you must believe that you can contribute, baru you contribute, okay? And then one more thing about this, doing work outside of your job ni kan, you meet new people, you meet new ideas, you go to new places, okay? Okay, and in Sabah, in Kunasang, if you go to Ranau, dekat the Australian Park tu, on the wall someone graffiti tulis in Katazan lah. I can't remember what I said, but dia cakap sana, kalau bukan kita siapa lagi? I directly translate from Sabah, from cakap Katazan. So if it's not us to help our own people, or siapa? Who else? You expect apa? Nobody. So we must help, okay? So how can you help? Paling senang money lah. Just transfer, bank in, boom, everything is just a click away. Second, we don't have money, time and energy. Stepping forward to volunteer to any cause that you feel will benefit other people. Number two, use your expertise. Kalau you ada lah, okay. Let's say you're a teacher, then you're on free time, you give free tutoring. Let's say you guys are budak-budak baru SPM ni, you want to help your less fortunate, you give me, like my friend here, OP Jojo here, give me a wife, gives out reading classes for the homeless, things like that. All those things sometimes require a lot of your expertise, sometimes no expertise required pun ada. So no expertise required, the most simple is collecting trash, blah blah blah. I think dia tu macam kalah. Tapi kita, what I'm trying to, my point of presentation today is to show you that average Joe like me and you, some of you are not average lah. Average below like me pun boleh help and contribute. Okay, jom. Okay, nak volunteer macam mana? Macam nak start? Paling senang you join the NGOs. Okay, banyak NGOs in KL. The soup kitchen here and there, macam-macam lah. Politik pun ada, tak politik pun ada, macam-macam. Okay, OPA. We have our own association. Ya, kita punya wing, kita punya education fund, macam-macam. So get yourself connected to all these OPAs here. You may be able to help. But most important for me is my batch. My batch is very strong in doing academic and their show. Okay, enough theory. So I'll show you the evidence, okay? Yes, again, back to the disclaimer just now. None of these pictures are from the internet. It's all my pictures. Ada satu pun dapat duit. In fact, duit keluar ada lah. Okay. So this, I'll divide the work into medical mission and non-medical mission. Of course, I'm lucky enough, I'm a doctor, I can go and help people in a medical way. So during my short 20 years of service ni, I sudah pergi a few crisis areas lah. Okay, I've been to Aceh with the military, I've been to Typhoon Haiyan with Mercy Malaysia, I've been to Pakistan with Red Cross, I've been to Nepal with Nanyang Press, I've been to Cambodia charity teaching. We went there with Singapore colleagues of mine. Basically I'm an EAT guy, ear, nose and throat. So the Singaporeans, they brought a microscope to Cambodia, deep inside, kita operate telinga, and then sambil buat charity work tu, kita mengajar the Cambodian doctors to do it, okay? So that's what I was lucky enough to be blessed enough to do that. But the non-medical work, like most of us here, including the two doctor wannabe, I just give you an example of what my batch has done, okay? So we have done following paling major work is in Sabah. I'm from Sabah, but basically since 1987 I've been living in KL. Nama je Sabah. Solar lights, we built solar lights and tolong orang kat Mantan ada floods. If you remember last 2 years ago kita ada floods, and most of us here, I think rata-rata we were here camp in this building, kutip beras, kutip macam-macam. There were some guys on the helicopter. There was a
great time. I mean, to see the OP camaraderie. Okay. So teaching for almost. Okay. This is Tacloban in 2015, Typhoon Haiyan in Philippines. I was lucky enough to go there. We went for 3 weeks. Operate pakai lampu handphone. And sometimes blackout pakai candle je. There was once I was jahit local lah, okay, something. So I ada bagi injection local. Dapat local, you know, the local use, the inject. Yeah, dah, okay, given you, no more pain. Jahit, ow, sakit. Okay. I thought I give you the tanya nurse tu, dah bagi belum? Dah. Okay, bagi lagi sikit lah, bagi lagi ni. So I jahit lagi. Ini, ow, sakit lagi. Okay. Macam ni. Suddenly, this was blackout kan. Suddenly, the lampu dah on balik. You know what happened? The Lian dropped on the patient. The Lian wax fell on the patient's thigh. So, okay. So this was in Nepal following the earthquake. This is a monastery. We went to monastery. There in the red shirt there is someone who speaking right now who looks like a Nepalese. So I am blessed. Kalau tak because of earthquake ni, I pernah pergi Nepal, I pernah pergi base camp. Tapi if it's not because of this, I would never have reached this monastery. We went on a helicopter to reach the area. We hiked up another 3 hours to the base camp. Okay, next. This is the best clinic I've ever worked in. Bestest clinic ever. You open up the window, that's my view. Can you imagine that for 3 weeks? Where's jokes? Okay. So, but the dearest to me and my batch is still Sabah because orang Sabah. So in 2015 there was an earthquake there, 6.2 Richter. So tak ramai orang mati, tak banyak building rosak. Tapi yang paling banyak was the damage to the water system. The water system in Sabah, in Ranau area, the water is not pipe. Tak sampai sebab dia Bukit Bukau. So the local people, what they do, not us lah, beyond us lah, that's not our duty kan. Fluid flowing needed. Okay, so begin, one of my batchmates, Shamdun, his wife is from kampung Marakau. That's the first kampung that we helped. Tak ada air, no water because of the flood. So we went up there tengok. Rupa-rupanya the gravity system dah rosak. Okay. So we started doing this. Okay, jom, Amal dah fikir pipe, kira ni, kira. Senang ni, bukan mahal ni. So we decided, okay, so James, George, Shamdun, semua nama orang Sabah ni, and myself. So we wanted to help. Okay, so I came back to KL, asked my batchmate, biasalah WhatsApp, minta duit semua. Within half a day, dapat ada 2,000 lebih. I think we can do it. Okay, I send the money back. Next, raising funds. So my duty here in KL was to raise funds. Okay, and my 3 brothers there was the one buying the stuff and all that lah. Okay, this is a Staroba boy, MCK boy. So he's from Sabah. So we had to go and kiss him to get the 1,000 ringgit. So during this, next picture, no money, no honey. Okay, simple aja lah. Nak buat charity work. That's what I told you just now kan. You want to buy pipes, mana dapat duit tu? Ikan dari langit, no way. So you have to get money. This is Shamdun, my batchmate. So he went down there, check it out. Next. So some of the places yang kita pergi jauh tau. Kena naik 4-wheel drive and cross river and all that. And then George is my batchmate. He's an engineer. Dia kerja kapal. And then tengok tu, a bit of kampung engineering as well. So plan design, lebih kurang macam ni lah. So it was just very basic thing. Only 3 of us. We were all communicating via WhatsApp. He take a picture, discuss, execute. Very simple. Our flow of work was very simple. Next. So more shopping must be done. Need to buy this, need to buy that. Okay. Next. You see the pipes besar-besar, and then you see the pipes that we wanted to bring. Next. That's buying is just how to fun. To bring the shopping goods to the kampung is another story. Some of it we have to naik a boat, macam-macam. Okay. Then you have the pipe. Those heavy pipes you need to bring up to the hill, boys. Tarik. Next. So it's very challenging work lah. Mula-mula the first few kampungs we went and did it ourselves. Benar-benar naik tapi As more kampungs ask for our help, wah, tak lah. So I had to come back to KL anyway. So Shamdul continued the work there. So basically we did a gotong royong thing. We just tell the kampung, okay, Sunday 3 o'clock, we need 10 men. Datang 30 orang. That's how they are. That's how desperate they were and helpful and thankful they were to us for this. Okay, this is the catchment system. Kita buat filter crude system lah. Tak adalah, it's not going to pass our Syabas Mina standard lah. Tapi as long as they get clean water from the mountains, it's drinkable, it's usable for the difficult. So then we put on some pressure valve system just to make sure that the pipe doesn't burst. At a certain sites that can put pressure valve. And then this is another OP yang OP Liew from Sabah Times, say how was that di kampung. Anybody knows him? So dekat bawah nanti. So this is the kampung lah. So within one day, habis. Within a day's work, we can help one client. So consider that easy, senangnya. What is this? Kenapa? Padahal mereka, how come so long after the earthquake, nobody came and helped this poor fellows. And we came in, didn't just do 23,000 ringgit in the ATM card, settle. Why is that? So we completely new design. No, not like that. We made it better. So, hey, senangnya, tolong. Then, what request came from other kampung. Then, okay. So what started as one kampung Marakau, in the end. So this is my list. I have a complete list of all the kampung. I have all the receipts. I have all the presentation. Next. Baiklah. In the end, we wanted to have one, but we have 45 villages of approximately. That's not saya lah. My best mate. Okay. So we became very well known locally masa tu. Kalau masa tu election nanti yang menang. George is the local guy. He was known as the Bomoy. Everybody calls him. Hey, can you come to our kampung? Oh my God, I'm here in hospital. I said, wait, ada lagi kampung. So I keep my list. Okay. So as I said lah, no money, no honey. Where do you get money? Nomor 1,000 tu boleh lah, one SMS. And each we can get 1,000 kampung. Kalau 10 kampung minta, each kampung sama kan. The further away the kampung is from the water source, the more expensive it is because the pipes is mahal. So ada kampung tu air dekat sana je, so it is easy. But some of it are very far and you need to buat macam-macam filter, blah blah blah. The cost goes up. Ini tak terjadi. So I had to go and ask money around. Who do I start asking money from? OP lah. Go and see your OP sini-sini yang ada terkait ni. All my drinking friends. Sengaja lah. So when you go to this, I'm a good friend of Kopi Tan. Dia ni memang very nice, humble gentleman. He will organize every Wednesday at lunch or dinner there. He will invite 10 people. I'm the youngest fella there. Everyone else is 70, 60 years old. I'm the only guy. Hisham, come next to me. Oh. This means a lot of yamsing, a lot of this and that. Okay? So, what I'm saying is, okay, don't do the yamsing part. Yeah? What I'm saying is, just do whatever you have to do just to get the money. Melacurkan diri pun tak apa. Not for me, not for yourself. At the end of the day, tak kisahlah dari mana pun yang ini tolong orang kan. So there was a time one of another OPA, Chinese guy, he's very rich. Okay, hey Sham, come. How much do you need? 10,000. These are a bit of here lah. 1, 0, 0, 0. Macam nak tulis satu lagi zero tu, ada. Oh, come on. I one more zero sir. It's true connection and friends like OP Liew cakap, keep your friends, keep your OP connection. These guys, they have money, and if they trust you, they know that you're going to do work, they will help you, okay? I'm a nobody, I'm just the drinking, eating friends. Tapi sir, I'm doing some work at there, how much do you need? Okay? It's just the trust between them, and so if you can establish a good working relationship, trust between yourself and our senior OPs, senang sikit. Okay, Nanyang Press. How did I get a connection with Nanyang Press? Nanyang Press information donated money to me, 150,000 plus, 170 something. Direct check to me. I can sort out the money anytime I want if I want. The check is my name. It's not even OPA, nothing. My name. So they were so trusting me. How? Why? One of the board of directors is our OP Dr. Nathan now. Okay, the board of directors met, hey, we're going to give 100,000 to this fellow. Who is this guy? Don't worry. He's an OP. Apa-apa you call me. Wow. Buy the money. Connection. Again, staff on it. Tan and Tan Sri Ji, do you know who he is? Tak tahu. You know Westport? Ay, that's his, okay? Itu pun lagi senang. Never even met him. You would never even met him. Tak pernah jumpa pun. He doesn't even know who I am. Oh, 62 kan? Oh, 62. Sorry. Still alive, very strong. Okay, Tan Sri Ji pun never even know me. Tak tahu siapa pun. Who doesn't know who I am. Via his secretary, via another OP, via another person, pass the check to me. Simple. But of course, when you do your job, send them back a complimentary thank you, cakap thank you, show them the result, take pictures. Kalau they want for tax purpose, prepare your paperwork, your receipts, give it back to them. Some of these rich old guys, tak perlu digon. Just show a picture of ada air dah, hey, good job. See you next week. Okay, simple like that. Okay, jom. So while we were doing this IA, tiba-tiba ada satu rumah terbakar. Okay, I don't know why. This is not Kotok. Okay, jom. Thanks. 5 kids and this grandmother. Balik ke KL, minta lagi duit. You see that my name, right? This is direct from Star Foundation. No questions asked. And then while we were doing all this, jalan, and we tengok lagi, there's a kampung Timbua, this is 100 kilometers away from Ranau. There is a balai pelawat. Balai pelawat ni is used for patients yang jauh untuk bersalin dekat dengan hospital. So when nearing the date of delivery, they will come to and stay here. Belakang ni is the clinic lah, klinik kesihatan. Because you saw the distance kan. Kalau tengah malam nak labor, nak datang ke klinik memang tak ada sampai lah. Because you see, you have to cross river lah, apalah. So the expected mothers to be nearing the term, they come here. But when we saw the balai pelawat, picture sikit, it was very run down. Okay, nice. That's the kitchen, that's the living area, they just sleep on the floor. Next. So, tak boleh tahan. So then, because we were already YB or now. Everybody came to us and minta tolong. Even orang kampung ni, can you do something about this? Balik minta lagi duit. Okay, nice. So Nanyang, of course, Nanyang by then, I've already done so many projects for them. Nanyang, they trust me. I went back to Nanyang, minta lagi duit. Then they gave the money, we prepared better. It looks nicer after that. Okay, so and then dorang datang. And then bila dah buat ni, dah okay lah, I think should be okay ni, habis lah. Malam, tak ada lampu dah pula. There's no light there. In the air pun tak ada, lampu tak ada. Of course lah. Then what? Can we do something about it? George, he has his own backyard punya benda. He builds his own solar light. So this is where when we started to make solar light dah pula. Okay, this is solar light. George is there. This is my George. From benda-benda tu semua yang boleh diambil, kita buat sendiri kan. Okay, it's my house. That's my house. Kita tengah buat sendiri tau. We make ourselves the lights. Okay, then we sold it off to Nanyang. And then some of it, OP65 pun ada bought from us juga. So we will send it to the orang asing. Belum gerak. Okay, that's our light. Okay, this is our light. Very durable. The casing buat by Jojo. And then the inside will be up. Okay. So ini pictures from Belum. Tolong hantar for on behalf of OP65. So imagine dekat Belum tu ada lagi ramai lagi orang Afro tau. They're still in the 70s. So this is with the 65 OP. Pasangkan light for them. So this is them. They are still wearing cawat in Belum Perak. So we help them out there. Okay, next. So this is with the senior guys, then this is the area that we help. And okay. So from food to air to solar. Apa lagi next? Meanwhile, in Kelantan, everybody knows about this kan? So 3 years ago, we had a massive flood, and OP building was like macam HQ lah, hantar beras, hantar segala-gala, me and everybody was there, pergi ke Maidin, angkat buat collection center lah, money came in from everybody. Someone donated helicopter, someone naik helicopter, someone donated this, so donated 3 tonner from Sungai Besi base. Everybody gave back and came together. So we were there. So kita pun tolong juga lah, okay? But what else can we do? What else can we do? Zul and our batchmate here, they have friends in Kelantan and all that. So we decided to adapt one kampung Mersik. So we went there, they went there to have a look, identify mana paling critical. Okay, jom kita buat rumah, kita repair rumah. So we design ourselves and all that. Ini original lah, lepas tu ada modification sikit next. So tu, again datang balik ke KL, go and beg, ask for money and all that. So I banked in the money, sekali pegang cash 30,000 tau kadang-kadang. Okay, next. Okay. Then as you grow there, dorang buat rumah, more sadness you see. This kid is got HIV, tak ada begini macam-macam lah. Okay. Once you go deeper and deeper, you will be exposed to more sadness and more sadness. So, but the difference between Kelantan and Sabah was there was more money poured into Kelantan. Obviously, Kelantan and kita kan Sabah is so far away, tak berapa tahun sana. Okay, there was more publicity, and then we managed to have real homes with our clients. Okay, but Sabah remains our first love. Okay, even though dah 2-3 tahun dah kejadian, we still go back there and still ada lagi request, we still have to go and go back. Last korban, we did a korban in one of the kampung. Some of these kampungs, orang Islam ni tak berapa ramai, so tak pernah buat korban pun. So we did korban. This was last year. Okay, next. So we give money to the school. Okay, meanwhile, okay, in KL, how can you guys contribute to young ones? Okay, as I said, it's not ada NGO, ada macam-macam soup kitchen. Even our 2 years my senior, OP Tom pun ada buat soup kitchen. Dia goes on Friday. You can follow him if you want. Semalam lah, okay. But itu macam more ad hoc lah, more dia buat sendiri, geng-geng dia semua tu. Tapi if you want to start off, I would suggest try to join the established group, like the TV soup kitchen or Kincara, things like that. Because lepas tu, kalau dah pandai dah terror, you venture lah, buat sendiri, no problem. But to get an idea of what you're doing, I would suggest the young ones to join the established group, okay? I'm sekarang tak, kurang lah sikit. Normally I join this soup kitchen. This is Datuk Munira. Next one is my wife. Okay, so in the soup kitchen, they have food line up here. Okay, here. Every night, 700 food packets of food is given out to the needy in Kampung. Okay, this is the food line. Anybody can be. Nobody. You don't need to be a doctor pun. You boleh tolong bagi makanan. You boleh tolong jadi policeman, keep the crowd. You boleh tolong angkat barang. And there's a medical booth at the side. Sekarang dulu pakai MyV lah, sekarang pakai lorry. You don't even have to be a doctor to be a doctor. Obviously, ini doktor lah, okay? Yang ini pretend. Okay, this one is a professional MC. But on that night, he becomes a professional pharmacist. So, very good, this one. I cakap dia, baru dia cakap panelist, dia nak keluar. Wow. This is a very good pharmacist. Yeah. Tapi kalau kadang-kadang ada volunteer pharmacist yang amu-amu itu akan go somewhere else. So this guy is anak Wan Munira. He's an architect. He will do the. So you guys tak perlu jadi doktor, tak perlu apa pun, you can still help at the soup kitchen. Okay, this is my batch. Kita once in a while kita organize our batch yang get together. You can contribute money for each person, each patient, each patient lah. Homeless, RM3.50 food per night. So they do it 4 nights per week, 700 packs. So can you imagine how much money they need to maintain this? Okay, all of the drugs, all of the food is all donated. Okay, So this is my batch. We all made to contribute one night. So during this when you do all this charity work, you meet different people. So I met this girl, orang Sabah, yang tangan khas tu, rupa-rupanya she's been tricked, tertipu. Dia promised to get a job here, dia tak dapat job. Now she can't go back to Sabah. And then I met another guy. Saya lah. So macam mana nak tolong orang ni? So again through copy connection next. Okay, of course, I jumpa kondangan adalah. Itu kondangan dengan. So through OP connection, I brought this, highlighted this to Liew. Liew made a front page story of that homeless people in Sabah. Within a few days, someone donated money to bring those two fellas back to Sabah. Give them free ticket balik and bagi orang kerja lagi dekat Sabah. Can you imagine that? Okay. So what's the moral story? Connection. Okay. And then if you want to know, there are so many other groups out there trying to help the homeless. This group here, the only Buddhist group. Mana punya Buddhist group. The problem is this: at the moment, there's too many charity group. Sometimes they intersect. Dia terlampau ni, no coordination. Sometimes the food goes to waste. So itulah I minta kalau boleh the young ones, if you want to join the established ones first. Have a look at the picture, the tahu situation, then you start on your own. Okay? Because if everybody gives food at every night at that corner, sure akan waste. Going to waste. Okay. So sambil tu jumpa lagi problem lagi kan? As you go, ada lagi problem. There's always people to help. These two kids, sweet, lovely girls, always line up at the food counter, tanya orang, this girl can speak English, not bad. So me and Zul tanya, orang dari mana? Oh, kat bawah jambatan. Oh, shucks. Okay. So we went and followed them back to the jambatan. This is the house. Next picture. They live there, bawah tu. So it's very sad, okay? These people actually have been helped before, tapi bapak doing something wrong. So came back to us. So we decided, okay, jom try again. So immediately we relocated these fellas. Next picture. This is their home. That's the kitchen. For pipe. It's near the KTM and Jabatan Agama Islam sana. That one of the jembatan. So we immediately relocated them next to my friend's house. My batchmate ada rumah dekat Bantu Razak. Di sana bagi orang pocket money, bagi orang sikit ni. These two girls are undocumented. Their mom is Indonesian, meninggal, laki, kahwin, bla bla bla. Bapa ada orang Kerazan, masuk Islam dan document. It's all the underground people, no document, nothing. So without IC, that's why not at school, cannot get. So again, Zul went up and down to Rajaya, pergi minta tolong ni, connection lagi, OP lagi. We got them IC, we got them this, we got them school. Alright. So my space connection misalnya, okay. So in summary, you need to be motivated. Satu, kedua, you can't help everybody, okay. You kena choose wisely mana you boleh help. Don't say you cannot. You can. Expect a lot of downs right now, and don't expect any tattoo shape or gonna be a millionaire by doing this. Okay, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna get more money from it. You're gonna lose money. Okay. Keep your OP network contacts in hand. Okay, and work as a team. Alright. Okay. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Liew. I think that was also a very, very good way. Orang nampak dua cara nak buat duit, satu cara nak belanja duit. Okay, so I think it's useful lah kita cover all sides kita cover. You know, you got inspiration as to how we, how we can be a success in life, and we also have inspiration, inshallah, of how we can, when you work so hard to make so much money, and then you have all that time, and then what do? You do nothing. So this is a fantastic way to be spending your money, and I am directly influenced by this. I sebelum ni memang tak pernah buat ni, tapi memang it was R8. Memang betul, exactly the way he said it. Terempik aja dengan diorang. Buat muka tak malu. So berikut je. And then you just show up, and then literally they just rope you in, and then before you know it, you're going to Kelantan, you're delivering bricks to Kelantan, you're helping people in the middle of nowhere. It's ridiculous how quickly they work. But all you need to do, so that boy, jalan on. And when we see this, it's not a bullshit story to make you all feel good. No, it's really real. It really is real. Sometimes they will give you the time of day because of that shared connection. Yeah? It's not bullshit. It's real. Okay, so I think all the three speakers deserve a very, very big round. Apa lagi nak buat, I really don't know. So, okay.
I got this on my email, and I said I want to come because I know I want to come. The rest of them who receive, maybe 70% of them who receive this. Okay, why? Why can't you do that little bit of extra effort to say, make sure those who read this message come? Number one, make sure more and more people receive message. When we had 700 members of the OPA, the secretary did cyclostyle letters and sent to everyone in their mailbox. Fast forward 40 years, nothing has changed. You all think that IT solved the problem. No, it does not, because there are two groups of people in the OPA. One is the one who said, during my time. During my time. Dia orang shock sendiri ke cerita pasal cara dia. Dia dah successful, dia dah kaya, dia dah pension, and they come here for two reasons. One, shock sendiri. Whenever there is AGM, whenever there is EGM, whenever there is politics, it's a bashing session to the expo. And that's why they come. None of them are interested to do what we do today. Why? The other group are people like you. Now you come here because kita nak tengok, kita nak inspire, kita nak macam datanglah. Tapi your batch berapa yang passing out itu? Berapa orang?
231.
Hah?
231.
231 pun tak ada sini. Patutnya 231 ada di sini. Your new phase of your life. Nak dengar tak? Tell me one thing. Did you benefit from this or not?
Yes.
Okay. Enough said. So what you want to do after this, up to you lah. Saya bahas tahu lah. I say this from my heart. Kesalahannya komunikasi. Do not communicate well enough so that the audience are not inspired to come. They want to come. Kalau datang aja, backslapping. Macam mana kau? Macam aku jago aku ni. That is all rubbish. This, you must be substantive. You must have substance what you do. Otherwise, you're wasting your bloody time. You're wasting your time. Look how busy you are. How busy you are making shoes. Look how busy you are doing all that. Why do you come and spend time here? And all you get is this bloody audience? What a disappointment. Okay, now say, sincerely. Second thing, I want to inspire you. I spent 24 years serving the OPA. Serve to lead. I spent the last 2 years leading the OPA as president. Serve to lead. And all the years, when I started, the first of the 24 years, I was your age. I just attended the luncheons, I got this, at that time, the most senior OP was a colonel. There was no Dato, there was no Tansi, there was no Tansi Tenalingam, there was no Tan Pausan, nothing. The highest ranking person was probably 10 years my senior. So tak ada serius sangat. Tapi kalau you are new boy lah. That spirit, that thing go on. I went in, I got involved, we managed to call them by their first name, because that time there was no Dato, there was no sir, there was not this, but we call them sir because they are senior. And I went through that. I was in the committee, I did, whatever I did, and after 27 years, I disappeared. I retired. Everybody asked me, where are you? Why did you come out? I said, I have other priorities. I didn't want to say what. What I actually did was I belonged to two alma maters. One is the OPA,
The other one is my other alma mater, which is the UPM alumni. The membership, or if you look at those who graduated from RMC, they are 14,000. UPM has got 88,000. But OPA is more active. Yang 88,000 juga ada automatic member. Kalau AGM datang 20 orang, 30 orang, macam kita lah. Worse than us. And all the years they've been in existence from 1930, they've done sweet fuck all, nothing to the country in agriculture. Because we used to be an agriculture university. So I come along after I've done my part in RMC, OPA, I go there and say, kau ni buat apa sekarang? Bangunan dia lebih hebat. 4-story big block given by the government, free, with the secretariat, meeting rooms, auditorium for 400. It was the what do you call it? School of Business, which was abandoned. The government so much money in Sedang. Okay, so I go there, I talk to the president and said, kau ni buat apa? What have you done for the country? You see, you saja lah. Okay, so I say I want an independent subcommittee to bring together people of like mind to address agriculture. Okay, so cut long story short, I did 3 projects in the last 12 months. The first project I did was, I said, why are we talking about palm oil and rubber and rice? Because you got all the encouragement, all the R&D, everything done. What about the poor farmer in the rural area? Malays, Chinese, Indians, Kadazans, why are they still poor? Why are they left to languish in the kampungs? All the answer is, tak ada orang kerja. Tak ada nobody to attend to their small farm. A small holding is by definition 100 acres and less. Some are 1 acre, some are 10 acres and more. There are 380,000 smallholder families with idle land of 1.2 million hectares. Tanah terbiak. Raise your hand. How many of you have father, mother, grandfather who are owners of land in the kampung? Raise your hand. Ada tanah? Tak ramai. Okay. Tanah tu tanah terbiak atau ada guna? Ada guna. Siapa yang ada tanah yang terbiak atau luar? 380,000 of them have got land which they don't know what to do because people like you have decided to go to KL and after graduation you don't want to balik kampung. Balik kampung, tanam jagung. Not a life that you want. Okay, what I have done is the first thing I did within 8 meetings, and the first 3 was just a very, very frustrating one. Tak boleh lah, tak boleh lah. And I brought together 17 professors, PhDs, people with brilliant minds onto the table, and because I was a senior, so I can wallop them up and down. I got, after the meeting number 8, I started and initiated a national conference for coconut. All I have to say after the meeting number 3 is I'm not interested in what cannot be done, I want to see what can be done. Sekarang cerita dulu. Okay, you plant the coconut, and I can tell you, when we started talking, all the naysayers started to be quiet, and I said, okay, let me, okay, I'll show you a picture, which I already, you can see it from here.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Okay, here is a picture of a coconut tree with 80 coconuts that high. I'm talking about this. Okay, to cut a long story short, we have now acknowledgement by the Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, there will be a lembaga kelapa, and coconut is going to be a glamour crop because of its value. Push forward, I conducted a forum of TN50 for food security. We brought in the global sourcing vice president from Nestle, came and talked, and he said the average age of a farmer is 60. Globally. So your father is 60, you are here, you're not in the kampung. That went successfully. We're now producing a blueprint to the Prime Minister 40 and 50 for food security. The third project which I'm involved now is even more interesting. And here's what I want to tell you. If I tell you, do not leave your father's land, do not come to KL, even with your Form 5 qualification, you go back and say, I got 5 acres, 6 acres. I can give you now models of businesses, SME level, where you can individually earn 7,000 a month. There is an orchid grower with 10 acres and making 300,000 ringgit a month, by selling fresh flowers. And the fresh flower industry is 17 billion US dollars. I'm now working on 2 high-value crops, saffron and vanilla. You don't know what is saffron? Saffron?
That's your introduction to OP Habibo. Okay? That is your introduction to OP Habibo. It's okay. Any other OPU would you like to address? Is that something possible?
Yeah, I think that is fantastic. Do you know that Israel, we don't care about much about this country because of political reason. But I being an international businessman, do you know that Israel, the GDP growth in the past 15 years is more than 30% annually. You can see how rich they are. Do you know that they export weapons? Yes, you know. But their biggest export is sulfate. Still remember your chemistry? Sulfate, SO4. They export sulfate to the whole South America. To 75% of the world market was exported from Israel. You see, that is how they build value on one item, making that country so rich. And the high value added items like vanilla and actually coconut is a very good product. I think what you are doing is a very good cause for the country. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions for our panelists? Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to senior OPs and to young OPs. Welcome to OPA. I'm quite new myself. I'm 0809 OP Faiz from E-Company. Same as Hilman. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I have actually 2 questions. Respectively for Mr. Hilman and OPU. I'm sorry I'm started because it's like a job interview for me. Oh, the pressure is quite high. So, yeah, okay. Back to my question, sir. Actually, me and my partner, which is my brother here, OP Fami, 9699, we are currently venturing into a business. So we identify some problems and finalize everything. Basically a fresh business. It's like chicken and egg concept. So yeah, I'm trying to penetrate a market, but the problem is there's a market for this in Europe. However, I cannot see it go through in Europe. So I'm unable to identify the problem there because of some restrictions such as proxy as well. This is an IT base. So, Mr. Liew, as an IT entrepreneur and MDT, that's a very, very, like, it's among top 10 for IoT, top 10. Because I was in Tech Mahindra before. So, yeah, Tech Mahindra, I was in HP, right now I'm in a French company at Atos. So, how do I penetrate a market that's quite hard to penetrate? It's doable. But in Malaysia, it's doable in Malaysia, but I don't know how to identify the problem yet because, like I said, there's a restriction there. Is it worth it for me to jump into market that I don't know? I studied the market pattern and everything, but then it's quite risky for me to do that. I once called OP Mulut, which is Hilman here. He's my senior. Senior. I mean my senior, junior, something like that. So I called him, man. I was in SSM. There was a issue there as well for me to do it. Enterprise LLP, remember I consult to a few OPs as well. So yeah, starting up is not easy. It's very hard. To me, I need your guidance as well. From your point of view, Hilman, yours as well. What do you think? Is it doable for me? Is it worth it for me to go market that is unpenetrable in maybe in Europe, but in Malaysia is doable? I mean, the risk is there, but I don't know if I'm supposed to take the risk or not.
Okay, thank you.
Alright.
Thank you, bro.
If I would like to add in to OPU, essentially we're looking at an app of which we are trying to address on the B40 area or M40. It's kind of CSR, but if we are talking about CSR, an app needs money to be funded, and then to be run on the back and front end, such and such. Our intention is to help this sector, but we don't have that particular funding of segment. So this also applies to Mr. OP Doctor, because when we're doing this, when you're doing a kind of job like this, how do you get your funding? So you were saying you were going here and there. The part of getting the trust is a little bit tricky for us.
Okay.
So it applies for all three of you.
Okay, I think I'll be touched in marketing and branding punya side. First of all, before I start any business of service or product, one most important thing is what is my target market. That's the most important thing. Sebab apa? Bila tak ada target market, you akan spend your marketing scattered. Sebab as the most challenge as a startup entrepreneur is your capital muscles not really strong, right? So apa yang I buat, I always set my target market dulu sebelum I start any product or service. Jadi bila you dah ada target market, you buat research what is lifespan for your product, whether your product or service is spent based on the trend, or is it good to have or need to have. So that's the criteria yang you kena tahu before you start your project or your service. Then for me is your brand positioning. Macam mana you nak penetrate market, how you enter the market, how you dance in the market. Whether you want to be a local entrepreneur or you want to be a global entrepreneur. That's two different things. But I will touch on the brand and marketing. So we will touch on the technology side. So my advice is you must understand what is the branding structure. First of all, there's a 3 stages of branding. The first one will be a brand awareness, which is going to take, I think, like almost 2 years for you to achieve brand awareness level. Second thing is brand recognition. It's going to take like 3 to 4 years. Then the last one, at least, brand loyalty. This is the most important thing. So, because if you can keep your client within your circle, it means your marketing cost will be lower. So, because marketing cost for me is much more expensive if you start with a new client rather than you look after your previous client. This is some of advice from my side in terms of marketing and branding. So the rest I leave it to OP.
Okay. Before your brother spoke, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I was nervous, yeah. So
you have not even able to define your own problem.
correct.
You can't even express yourself. What is your problem? What is your product? How are you going to win the European market? So I'm being very practical. I think you have an apps, right? You know what your app is going to do. You know you want to penetrate the European market. You could have spoken it in that sequence. Then everybody knows what is your problem. Do you know what the hell he was talking about? Do you know what the hell he was talking about? How are we going to help you? Right? Okay. But I'm guessing what he has said. Okay, with your additional information, you have an apps. You needed money. That's the most important thing. You needed money. I can help you to pitch later on I'll give you my business card. I can pass your information to a lot of organizations. We have a Sea Dragon coming up next week. It's only for invited people. Maybe I can invite you. I don't know if it's space still available. There are a lot of sessions for you to pitch your product. Many of them, at least 100 of them, 100 such events in a year. So if you say you don't know where to get the fund, you're stupid. Sorry to say that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, it's okay.
Okay. You know, you were in Tech Mahindra before, so you know Cyberjaya.
Correct.
From there you can get your techno fund easily. Have you get your India fund?
Yeah, to be honest, we did research
Yeah.
fund.
And you have spent all the money and come out with nothing. That means your product is bullshit.
No.
So I'm very practical. So you have to have a good product before you think about branding and marketing.
Yeah.
You have to define the problem first. You cannot define your problem statement, right? Then only you have a solution. Yeah. So get back to the drawing board, right? I can help you with, if you are already in a certain stage, give me your information, I can help you spread around. We can't make a full promise, but you maybe hit some jackpots along the way. That's, I think you need funding, right? How much do you need? 100,000, 200,000 or the million?
Okay. The thing is because this catering to the B40 and M40.
Yeah.
To be frank, as we are all OP, it's for it's kind of job seeker. Finding jobs. It's making your finding jobs way easier based on geolocation.
Okay.
But we studied the same. There's the same pattern in Europe, but this doesn't took off.
In Netherlands,
in Netherlands, yes, the EU. So we trying to, we still on the, we are about to go into the app production development, but then we stopped because we saw this problem.
We will get into the details of your programs because we don't want to take over.
Sorry.
You can inform me about the programs later. But what we can help you, I can help you is give me information. I'll help you to pitch it around, and maybe you have to pitch it yourself. But before that, I would advise that you go back to the drawing board, define the problem clearly, organize your thoughts, organize your facts. What you currently want to do, there are many people already doing it. So you are going to face a very tough competition over there. How do you excel and how do you outshine the others? I think it's very difficult for being two stupid OPs. So with a whole bunch of stupid OPs, we are not able to do that. You have to put a whole bunch, all the stupid OPs, then you become a very smart OP. And one of the stupid OPs.
Perfect answer. Let me give you this is kind of questioning is difficult for budak boy baru. And I think you can call them stupid, but they have been inspired by success stories. I don't want you to follow what he did. 4 failures, now he's coming, not even successful yet. He's hoping for success. What you want to do is learn from his mistake. And these sessions are good because you learn from other people's mistakes, so you do not make their mistakes. The other thing is about in the IT business, there are too many people having solutions waiting for the problem. And they try to market the solution when they don't know where the problem is. Okay, shortcut answer to you, join Matrix. Okay, what is Matrix? Matrix has created a huge number of very successful people. Some have become double-digit billionaires, businessmen. But Matrix has got the roadshows. Once you register as a participant, you register your forte. They have desk officers looking after your business. IT lah, food lah, oil and gas lah. And they go around all over the world, I think something like 70 countries, where the trade commissioners stationed there are getting data back to the headquarters. For people like you come along, you attend the local forum. If you have to travel, then you have subsidies. Matrix will give you matching grant, And mastering will also allow you to participate in all the activities so that you become better educated. That network is what you need.
Thank you, sir. So, collect your thoughts, take a breath, have a chat with them afterwards.
Yeah, sure.
OP Muhammad.
Good morning, OPs. I am OP Ariff Astaman, generally known as OP Muhammad. There are two things that I would like you to have a takeaway for inspiration in your work forward. And it stood out very clearly amongst the speakers. The first one is perseverance. You don't expect success to just come walking by you and, just because you're OP, you pick up a phone, another OP says, I'll give you this and give you that, you have it handed out to you in a carpet. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to persevere. Whether you do business or in the corporate world, the best example I can put forward is to succeed when whatever you do moving forward, even as OP Liew is doing and OP Hilman is doing now, you have to behave like the new boy. Bear that in mind, you behave like a new boy when you do your work, when you do your business. There's nothing that you cannot do. If you've got to wake up at 4 a.m., you do it, you do it. If you have to sleep at 1 a.m. to complete your papers, you do it. You behave and think like a newborn, inshallah, you will succeed. Okay? That's point one. Point two, the point that came up again very clearly is connections. Do not lose your OP connections and do not be afraid of your OP connections. I have been successful in my own ways, true, mainly because of OP connections. As an example of what OP connections are like, I would like to share with you my stand on this. In the year 2000, I was advisor to the President's Office, MRCP, one of the public listed companies. And my instruction to my secretary is or was, whenever an OP phones up, if I'm free, you pass the call to. Okay? When I'm saying this,
multimedia display technology. I was the chairman of Worldwide Monitor Association, Koreans, Japanese, Taiwanese, and Chinese. I was actually a very well-known industry analyst in the Wall Street. You think of 1989 to 1993, Liew, Choon, Lian in Wall Street, with Nick Arnett and person Jeff Hopkins who introduced the Palm Pilot. I was working with them since those years. But how did I started this? I quit this Panasonic and formed my company, Display Technology, because I was the authority of display video chipsets, projectors, LCDs, TVs. All you need a video processor. We were doing that. In 2004, Japan has a PPT, National Project PPT project. They said, hey, I was ex-Panasonic. Do you do some Korean? Would you like to join this program? So I was invited to Japan to form a company called Ariff Japan to do RFID research. That was the year when Choon Mahathir then formed the MM1. If you remember, there's MM1, MM2, MM3, the video chipset for RFID. Malaysia was trying to do that. But the first year, the 100 million was spent. I don't want to talk about it. It's an ex-minister, also A company, with Mahathir. They did the thing, and 70 million went to private, 30 million went to the real business. The thing flopped. And we did this on our own with Japan. Received technology transfer from Japan. 2003, 2004. RFID, nobody knows about RFID. We were already researching it. We became famous only in the year 2007, 2008, when we defined the world's smallest RFID module. But how did I come into RFID? Was actually, I read a lot. I read articles in Japanese, I read articles in Chinese, in Malay, in English. I read a lot. You have to read a lot, okay? Jangan you think you know a lot by the internet. Bullshit. It's internet, all the, you search Google, bullshit. Google tell you this whole thing is bullshit. Read a lot. Jangan Google selalu. Don't do that. Don't do Baidu, don't do this kind of social network. It doesn't give you much information because these are very superficial. Read and understand. That's very important. Until now, I still read a lot. So we found out that Internet of Things is the future in the year 2007. That is 10 years before the industry. I know this is going to be the next thing. Internet of Things, connecting everything, real-time monitoring, people management, asset management, pet management, monitoring of the activity. The worker in the construction worker in the hot sunshine, is he has been under the hot sun for 5 hours, when we have to stop him. You know, things like that. There's a wearable and things like that. So I put all this together and we formed the company with only 1 million. With my salary in Japan, 760,000 per year. I worked in Japan for 10 years as a general manager for Manchester Electric for worldwide operations. It's not just one section manager in Japan can come back to Malaysia and become the president. You know? I was a general manager in Japan, the one and only Malaysian. But then you always have to look forward. 2006, 2007, I saw IoT coming. In Industry 4.0, we are talking about Industry 4.0 now. Everybody talking. We were doing Industry 4.0 in China, 2009. Berapa tahun? 6-7 years ahead of us. So you have to read a lot. Jangan baca bahasa Malaysia saja. Read English, read. If you know other languages, you read. You get more information, especially yang you buat apps kan. You read Netherlands and Deutsch. These are the very related country. You have to get a lot of information from Germany. It's very useful. So I get into this by chance. We signed a contract with Syrian National Roadmap RFID 2005. Masa tu our late Jamaluddin Jadis was the witness. Dato' Arifin and myself, we signed a contract to do RFID roadmap for Malaysia since 2005. So we have gone a long way. But we were very low profile. We never announced about the big award.